blocks have been stacking up over the past several months for Aldridge.
But we're just not seeing that same fierceness out of him defensively these last few months. He's lost a little bit of that intimidation factor. He's not blocking as many shots, and he's not making the same impact on that end of the floor.
We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, James Harden is both famous and infamous with his skill at getting to the foul line. Some don't like it, but Harden says free throws are a part of basketball. Either you're going to foul me or I'm going to score. Putting the pressure on the defense like that is tough. That's what makes a good player. Kevin, no lies told there.
Well, no doubt, David, he is one of the best. Thank you. We don't see this very often, Clark, but tonight, two teams that really thrive in the half court.
Yeah, and you know, they can get up and down, and we'll see them do that some, but they much prefer, Kevin, simply to grind it out.
So let's take a look at the Charlotte starting lineup. Washington and Zeller are in the middle. Then it's Hayward, then there's Monk, and it's Graham in at the 1. And for Brooklyn, we've got Harden, Aldridge out there with Griffin, then it's Durant, and it's Irving at the guard position. So off the tip, it's Charlotte. Graham with the ball. Just 5 on the clock. Washington, the second chance points on the tip in. Washington's got the first points up on the board tonight here for the Hornets.
Boy, fighting to keep that play alive. Beautiful tip in there.
Irving passes to Griffin. Dishes to Harden. A floater. That shot off, and it's the Hornets taking it the other way. Now, here's Monk, defended by Griffin. Graham surveying the floor. Back to Monk. Charlotte needs to get a shot off. Second chance shot, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
And that one falls for Zeller.
Cody Zeller, his level of activity is really contagious. I mean, that's what I love about his game. Excellent hustler on both ends of the floor. And he does a lot of good work just by staying active.
He doesn't get the second one. And with Zeller and his activity, you see it on the glass as well.
Yeah, you look at Zeller, and he's a guy who really doesn't do anything great, guys, but he does everything really well. And to have a big guy like that is really valuable.
Offensive rebound. And the basket is good.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating, I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
And Irving is comfortable running the offense. When a teammate's open, he's quick to whip it around and get him a good look.
Pass to Zeller. Now, here's Monk. He's tightly guarded. And it's Griffin with the rebound. The Nets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. KD on the wing. Shot's good. Griffin making the play.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
Now Graham. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Heat in Miami.
And he didn't take any plays off at the defensive end. I mean, he wound up with 4 steals on the night.
Fade away, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
I wouldn't say that's exactly his spot now. I mean, and you can see why.
They now take the lead.
Yeah, you know, you got to appreciate the speed of Kyrie Irving. I mean, incredible at finding different ways to get to the basket, and he is not afraid of anybody.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Here's Graham. Passes to Washington. Some solid defense there from Irving.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
It's Durant with the drive.
Well, I love the speed that Durant has. I mean, fantastic at slashing into the paint and scoring right at the rim. That length of stride of his and his speed, lethal combination.
Hayward with the ball. And Griffin picks him up defensively to stop the run. Hayward can't hit. Nets leading by 3. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. The pass to Irving from deep. Zeller grabs the board. Zeller's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. The shot's good from Gordon Hayward.
And well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Irving passes to KD. Here's the 3. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
And that stroke of Durant, effortless. I mean, easily pulling up from the perimeter. Textbook form. Beautiful to watch.
Graham kicks to Monk. Off target with his 3. And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. They lead by 4. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Zeller's got 5 rebounds tonight. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure. The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Here's Harden. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Zeller's got 6 rebounds in the game. Now, here's Monk, defended by Griffin. And it's sent back by Aldridge.
He's not an easy guy to get a shot up and over. Aldridge has those long arms, and his timing's good, too.
Kept alive. Here's Washington. Zeller inside. Aldridge is covering. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. The Hornets shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And as a team, excellent. A season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
And the first one at the line is good.
When you watch the Hornets play, you can expect a very controlled game.
Yeah, you know, they don't push too much and make silly mistakes. Fantastic when it comes to minimizing turnovers, controlling the pace. They've been one of the best teams at keeping turnovers down since 2014.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Dinwiddie's checked in. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Oh, Clark, there's nothing like opening night. Preseason in the rearview mirror. Now the games count for real. Terrific time.
Yeah, exciting for everybody because hope springs eternal for all teams in the league after you get beyond preseason. And the games do count. They start calculating and documenting W's and L's.
Harden. Oh, yes, the turnaround.
And, you know, if you give Harden daylight to shoot from the mid-range, he'll take it. Can't give him any room, mid-range or 3, but mostly mid-range.
Pass to Monk. Hayward on the wing. It's rebounded by Aldridge.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
2 points. That one goes. Griffin's got his 2nd bucket tonight.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Griffin against Hayward. And Hayward with the stuff.
And as a wing player, Hayward's just so good at attacking the basket. I think that's a big part of what makes him special. Doesn't take much of an opening for Hayward to make his move.
KD dishes to Harden. Lets the three fly. Aldridge, good.
Boy, that's exactly the kind of activity on the offensive glass that makes Aldridge special.
Here's Graham. Dinwiddie covering. And here is Graham. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. With the floater. Brooklyn with the rebound. Aldridge has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Griffin finds KD. No good on the triple. Hornets trail by 6. Up top, Graham. Dinwiddie covering. Graham with the ball. Pass to Monk. Launches a 3. The shot missing. Harden with the defensive effort.
Oh, man, still a goose egg for him in the scoring column.
Griffin's shot is off. And so here's Charlotte. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Another shot in deep. Zeller drops it in. Zeller's got 5 now.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
KD with the bucket.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Hayward against Dinwiddie. Hayward can't hit.
You know, his scoring efficiency has been low, and it's not helping them on the scoreboard.
And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
Inside, Griffin with the steal. Oh, and here comes Kevin Durant all alone. And then Durant with the jam.
And at nearly 7 feet tall, Durant is a prime-time threat to pound one down. Got to keep him away from the rim.
Now, here's Monk, guarded by Harden. And it's Washington missing.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
Now, here's Monk. He's covered closely. Hayward, the bounce pass. Graham drains it from beyond the arc.
And, you know, Hayward's floor recognition and composure, really impressive. Knows precisely when to pass over to the open man.
Passes it to Harden. The 3. The Hornets pull it in.
Yeah, I tell you what, for him, this has been a game to forget. But somehow they still find themselves with the lead.
Monk, no one around him, doesn't get it to drop for him. And Brooklyn will come the other way. Last time they met was in Charlotte, where they beat the Hornets.
And the last time these two met, they were able to get a big win because of that bench production. Second unit might be a factor in this one as well.
And you know what? If they run away with this game like they did in that one, I'd expect to see plenty of minutes again for the guys coming off the bench.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. And at 6'6", Spencer Dinwiddie's tall for a point guard, but Clark, despite his size, very slippery off the dribble.
Yeah, he's ill-like when you talk about him off the dribble, guys. I mean, excellent change of pace, and he's got a quick first step. And once he gets in the lane, his size helps him be a good finisher.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Miles Bridges comes in for Washington. And Terry Rozier subbed in for Malik Monk. And Clark, throughout your NBA career, you always wore number 33. How'd you end up picking that number?
Well, it goes back to my idolization of Lou Alcindor at the time, who is now known as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He was the first big, graceful guy I saw do a little bit of everything in his days at UCLA, and then I digested all kinds of books and stories about him and just really admired his work on and off the court. Because he wore 33, I chose 33.
And that one falls for Graham.
You know, for a team like the Nets, building without top picks, player development becomes critical. I mean, the Nets have made that a key focus for their franchise, and you can see the results paying dividends now.
Zeller passes to Rozier. No good with the triple. Nets leading by 6. Harden outside. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Harden's got 5. Clark, you were talking about the Nets player development. Guys like Spencer Dinwiddie and Joe Harris were signed as free agents.
Yeah, and you know, guys, a coaching staff dedicated to taking them to the next level in terms of improvement and player development. The investment they make in their top-notch training facility, all of that focus paying off for them.
Dinwiddie outside. They double-team Griffin. Shot clock at 6. Dinwiddie against Rozier. Dinwiddie's shot is off. Hornets trail by 9. And there's Rozier on the assist by Bridges.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Bridges with the board.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Now here's Hayward. From deep three-point range, but they get it back. Zeller. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They've dictated the pace, pushed the ball at every chance, and it's paying off for them. Back to the action after this word. And Kevin Durant talked about his teammates and the versatility this roster has.
I like our depth. I like that we could play, we could play big, we could play small, we can match up with a lot of different teams. And it's just a matter of us going out there and playing consistent basketball. It's easier said than done. But we like where we are right now. We just got to continue to keep getting better.
It's clear KD is very happy playing with this group of guys.
That's why he signed here. But you can bet Durant is going to be leading the charge.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
You got to credit their defense. Communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
Durant is out there with Griffin. Then it's Jordan. Then there's Spencer Dinwiddie. And it's Harden in at the 2 spot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Irving's checked in for Brooklyn. The free throw off from Durant. Over the last decade or so, the Hornets haven't had a lot of success, Clark, in the draft.
Well, you take a look at it, guys, and they've traded away a multitude of picks, and picks that have turned into guys like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Tobias Harris, two outstanding young players. They've missed on the picks they've kept. I think they've got to do a better job of building from within.
Now Rozier. He's coming off a 40-point game against Miami. Outside, Batum shoots over Griffin. He can't get that one. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. The pass to Irving. Back to Harden. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Harden's got his third bucket of the night.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Yeah, and that field goal percentage zooming upwards is now above 50%, which is pretty strong.
Rozier, the pass to Hernan Gomez. Bridges against KD. Outside, Batum. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
A moment here to look at the numbers for Durant. He's coming off an excellent season, putting up about 26 points per, 6 assists and 6 rebounds. And his playmaking really stands out, making his teammates better offensively with his terrific passing.
Yeah, he's outstanding at controlling the tempo. I mean, keeps the ball moving and, of course, finds the open man.
Shoots from 12. Again, the Nets for 2.
Man, he gets it done in bunches, does Durant. He's a superb scorer. You've just got to marvel at his greatness.
Batum against Harden. Now, here's Rozier. Tight defense on him. Over Irving. That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut to just 11 on the basket from Rozier.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
KD against Bridges. Here's Griffin. Jordan trying to free himself up. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. For 3, Bridges. Brooklyn with the rebound. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson, who's a native of Long Island, now has his dream job, coaching the Brooklyn Nets. Now, he doesn't need praise or recognition. Instead, he's fueled by the fear of failure. He says, I always feel like I'm one banana peel away from never being in the NBA again. And Kevin, he's got his team playing with that same determination.
David, he sure does. Thank you very much. Harden gets the bucket.
And this is why you got to be in Harden's jersey. I mean, if you lay off of him for a second, he burns you with that quick shot.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
And that was not a soft foul he had to get through, Greg. I mean, he had to really power that one up and in. I'll tell you what, time is moving on now. When you think about Nick Batum, has been in the league a decade now. Wow. Throughout his career, this guy's been consistent in terms of his versatility and production.
Free throw good, Nicholas Batum. And with Batum, Clark, that versatility is what makes him so great.
Well, you know, if you need him to score, he can. If you need him to create and rebound, he can do that too. He's just a very versatile player. It seems like every season Batum is able to plug in and play a different role and do it at a high level.
Harden outside. Offensive rebound.
Way to get that.
A nice shot by Jordan. And the Nets lead by 12.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
Here's Rozier. The shot. And that's collected by Deandre Jordan. Jordan's got his 5th rebound in this one. Harden. And it's Biombo with the rebound. And here's Rozier. He brings it up for the Charlotte Hornets. Down by 12. Kicks it to Batum. Pass to Biombo. Back to Batum for the 3. Rebounded by the Nets. Jordan's got 6 rebounds here tonight. A shot by Harden, wide open. Another miss by Harden.
Even with every shot clanging off the rim, he seems determined to keep hoisting up these threes. It might be time to get inside of that arc.
And the basket by Rozier.
Man, this guy is a scoring machine. I mean, I know I'm not the only one to describe him that way.
Rozier against Irving. Pass to Griffin. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And how about Griffin continuing to own the paint? A fantastic power forward with good touch from there.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for Brooklyn.
Guys, their penetration has been outstanding. I mean, it's actually been great. They're really finding those holes in the defense.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
The free throw off from Griffin. And for Blake Griffin, always a great outside shooter for the power forward position, Greg, but he's added range the last few seasons.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Griffin go from a guy who might take 1-3 a game to someone putting up about 6 a night. The results have been there for him as he shoots a respectable rate from beyond.
Brooklyn leading by 12. And here's Harden. He's coming off a 37-point game against the Warriors in San Francisco.
And it was an unselfish night for him as well. He got plenty of assists to go along with all those points.
And Blake Griffin is just an incredible athlete, explosive and great balance and mobility, powerful. A big guy who can flat out throw it down, and he also can pass it too.
First one falls for him. Analytics, Clark, are such a major factor for coaching staffs and scouting staffs, and plenty of microanalysis to go around, but some statistics can actually be a little bit misleading, don't you think?
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin, and you can torture the numbers to say whatever you want them to say, so you have to be careful. I think there's a great place for analytics in the game. It's very useful in some areas, but you have to balance it. There has to be a blend there. Take, for instance, shot blocking. Just because you don't block a shot, that sometimes can dismiss what changing shots do to a team's defense or for a team's defense. The number of threes being taken. Effective field goal percentage is more important than raw field goal percentage because of threes.
Outside Jordan. Here's KD. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Rozier against KD. Batum wide open. He fires. And that'll be Charlotte as it goes out of bounds. Hornets retain possession. Irving against Rozier. Clock at 6. Passes it to Bridges. Over Irving. Bridges misses.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
For 3. Irving misses.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
Batum passes to Rozier. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And it's Jordan with the jam.
Hey, you know, Kevin, there's a reason why Jordan's a high percentage shooter. Shooting percentage a function of the kind of shots you get. He opts mainly for dunks.
Rozier kicks to Bridges. Here's Hernan Gomez. Brooklyn with the rebound. Griffin's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's KD, and finished off by KD.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish.
Guys, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Here's Rozier, and it's sent back by KD.
And Durant isn't just a powerhouse on offense. He also has a great sense of timing for when to block shots.
Harden kicks to Durant. Outside Irving. From outside, off the mark. Hornets trail by 14. And it's blocked by Jordan.
Hey, get that weak stuff out of here. Take it home. Jordan is fantastic at rejecting those kinds of shots.
The Nets making a switch here. Dinwiddie's checked in. Rozier against Irving. Now the pass to Graham. Shot clock at 6. And he makes good on the layup. Graham's got 6.
Wow, he doesn't make plays like that very often. That's a nice move inside.
Irving from long range. Offensive rebound, Nets. And that one's good. Griffin.
Yeah, and no one's ever questioned the desire. Griffin using his strength and explosiveness to make good on the second chance opportunities.
Here's Rozier. No good on that one. And Brooklyn will come the other way. Dinwiddie right side. Griffin trying to get open. And it's Durant, that time on the assist by Dinwiddie.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear. It's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets. And the 6'6" point guard, Spencer Dinwiddie, second-round pick of the Detroit Pistons in 2014. You know, Greg, they might have wished they held on to him.
One of the most improved players in our league. Last season, he signed that 4-year, $48 million extension from the Nets, rewarding his growth.
Charlotte making some changes. Washington's checked in for Hernan Gomez. And Gordon Hayward is subbed in for Bridges. Graham with the ball. He's got 6. Pass to Rozier. There's the 3. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Dinwiddie finds Durant to the paint and out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession.
And let's see the stat sheet here on Deandre Jordan. Coming off a terrific season. Last season, he averaged 11 points a game, 13 rebounds, and 2 assists. And his rebounding is what's most impressive. He's shown tremendous determination on the backboard.
And it's a big asset for this team. I mean, he blocks out on the defensive glass, and then he keeps balls alive at the offensive end.
Here's Hayward, and Jordan sends it back. And here we go, the fast break with Dinwiddie. With the shot, yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 5 assists tonight.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Outside Griffin. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. A lot of different ways, Clark, to construct a roster. What would be your preference as a general manager? Any direction you might want to go?
Well, obviously, if you have an opportunity to get an outstanding franchise-type point guard or versatile wing player in today's game,
Take a break.
I think those are the pieces that you really need to start with.
Because there's so much spacing and so much switching on defense.
Exactly, and I failed to mention a two-way player at that wing spot who can defend multiple positions but also has a pretty strong offensive skill set.
And a great front office in Brooklyn. General manager Sean Marks taking over in 2016, and he just signed an extension.
And you know, guys, that San Antonio tree has some great branches on it all over the league, and he's one of them. I mean, he's been a player, a coach, has worked in the front office. Marks understands all sides of the basketball business.
Graham, the pass to Zeller. Shoots over Griffin. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Here's Griffin. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And didn't have a single free throw in that first quarter, but he started to play with a little bit more of an edge to his game here in the second.
The Nets have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
My kind of hoops. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical.
Joe Harris is checked in for Durant. Griffin hits them both. Now Graham. 6 points for him. Pass to Zeller. He dishes it to Hayward. Ball's knocked loose. Griffin with it. And Zeller picks him up defensively. Goes up. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
You cannot afford to be careless around Harris. He's very capable of swiping the ball away if you are.
Passes it to Zeller. Hayward outside. Good on the three-point shot. Hayward's got his 3rd basket of the night.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
There's the pass to Irving. And the rebound goes to the Hornets.
Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
And it's Rozier missing.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
You know, that's a trademark of his defense. Quick to react, close down the shooter, and then affect the shot.
Steps back and fires. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got 11 rebounds in the game. With 4 seconds on the clock, Griffin's shot is off.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Brooklyn ahead, up by 16. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. Kevin, how'd you get in that groove offensively in the first half?
Well, I'm just playing off my teammates. They're doing a great job of penetrating and kicking, and I'm not trying to force anything. I'm playing my game within the offense, and shots are starting to fall for me.
Looks good out there so far. Thanks, Kevin. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. A tremendous start for Kevin Durant. He ended up with 19 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 steal. And from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Yeah, we saw what Durant can give you. Dead-eye shooting, off the catch, off the dribble, and in the post. And defensively, with the long arms, he seems to be in the right position to make some kind of impact.
And, big fella, your thoughts on the Hornets?
Their field goal percentage reminds me of Kenny's breath. Brutal. Not reading the defense, not getting enough quality looks. They need to make major changes because the system they ran in the first half was not working.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Setting the floor for the Hornets, Washington and Zeller are in the middle. And there's Monk, and it's Hayward, and it's Graham in at the point. And so Griffin will bring it up for Brooklyn. It's a 16-point game. Harden. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Washington's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Hayward passes to Washington. Here's Graham. Covered by Irving. Griffin with the steal. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
You've got to plug up these lanes to the basket, especially when Griffin is slashing with force.
Graham kicks to Zeller. The dish to Monk. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Well, there are some guys that just look to score, Clark, whenever they can. And Malik Monk is one of those players.
Yeah, he's an electrifying offensive player. And he reminds me a little bit of the dynamic and it seems like ageless Jamal Crawford with his ability to score in bunches. Not saying that he ignores his teammates or anything like that. It's just that he's a scorer, and when he's on the court, that's what he's thinking about doing.
No good on the free throw.
Boy, Monk is so lethal and efficient as a scorer. I mean, great range, always hunting his shot. I'd like to see him work on his passing, but, man, he can put it in the basket.
And the second free throw, good.
And season 4 for Coach Kenny Atkinson with the Nets. You got to be impressed with the job he's done in Brooklyn.
Yeah, you know, Kenny is a hard worker. He's a bit of a grinder if you were trying to term what category he might fit into. And you see that in his team. And, you know, he admits it. He's getting better just like his players are. And that's a great, great statement because we're all hopefully getting better as we move forward.
They get it back. 2 on the clock. It's deflected. And now running up the court, Hayward's pushing it up. Zeller inside. Griffin on him. Shot by Zeller, no good. Brooklyn leading by 17. Looking to get it going. It's laid in by Harden. Harden's got 11.
Boy, so crafty a player is James Harden. I mean, when he gets inside, he finds all kinds of ways and manner in which to score.
Now, here's Monk, guarded by Harden. Charlotte again missing.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets yanked soon. I mean, that's how bad his shot selection has been.
KD's shot is good.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Pass to Zeller. Now, here's Monk. D right on him. Over Harden. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Outside Aldridge. Back to Irving. To the middle. Here. Oh, what a play!
Oh, my word. I shouldn't be amazed anymore when Griffin pulls off a dunk like that, but I always seem to be. The man has some unreal moves above the rim.
Hayward on the wing. The shot, no good. The Nets go the other way with it.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Tremendous speed on the drive. Harden is consistent in attacking the basket.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Zeller dishes to Monk. And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That's foul number 2 for him. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. 6 on the shot clock. Knocked loose and stolen by Kyrie Irving.
Seems to me as though he's lost his way a little bit in the second half. He'd been turnover free before the break. That's certainly not the case anymore.
The Hornets have gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. Graham, the pass to Monk. This one for 3. Lamarcus Aldridge grabs the miss. And here are the Nets. They're on a 12-3 run. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession.
Here's a look at some stats for Irving. He's coming off an excellent season. Put up about 24 points per, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds. It's hard to wrap your head around numbers like these, but that is just what he delivers night in and night out.
You know, it's so easy for us to take him for granted, to get spoiled with what he does. I think we've got to be more appreciative of the kind of impact this man has in every game he plays.
Now, here's Monk. Pass to Graham. Three-pointer. No good that time. And Brooklyn will come the other way. To the paint. They get it back. Here's Claxton. Misses from short range.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And, you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
And Durant finally captured that elusive first championship in 17 and the finals MVP trophy to boot. An effortless scorer who has also made great strides defensively.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Nets?
And I like how they've taken the high percentage shot in the paint. In that first half, we saw them doing it, and they've continued to succeed as the game has worn on.
It's been a hot shooting night for them, too. I mean, they've hit a lot of those mid-range jump shots.
Free throw drops for KD. Greg, you get so caught up in how great Durant is at scoring that you forget sometimes about his other terrific offensive skills.
You know, KD doesn't really get a lot of recognition for his passing, but he has fantastic
vision. I mean, arguably, he might be the most underrated superstar ever. Sees so many double teams and does a great job of getting the ball out to open teammates.
And even after the Achilles tear for Durant in the 2019 finals, he got a huge contract after he opted out.
Most teams felt they were willing to pay him while he rehabbed for a year. That was the case, as the Nets gave him a 4-year max money deal. His next chapter is underway as he changed his number to 7.
On the wing, Irving. Aldridge, the pass to Harden. And again, it's the Nets missing.
After hitting 1 3 in the first half, he's been unable to dial in from deep since then.
Passes to Graham. Back to Monk. They could use a bucket. Tries again, and it's blocked. Here's Irving from outside the arc. Good on the triple. Irving's got 5 now.
I love the three-point shooting of Irving. Excellent at dialing it in from deep, and you've got to respect his range.
Charlotte calls timeout. And Clark, ordinarily quiet by nature, Lamarcus Aldridge has become a more outspoken leader in recent years.
Yeah, and that's a good sign. Sometimes you have to get out of your comfort zone for the good of the team. Aldridge is, by nature, a laid-back, quiet guy, and sometimes that can work against a team. But in his case, he realized that he needed to be more vocal and stepped into doing that.
Lamarcus Aldridge. Last season, he played outstanding. 18th in rebounding, 18th in blocks, and amongst the league's top-tier scorers, top 20 in points per game.
And like you said, one of the better rebounders in the league last season. He displayed a tireless work ethic that I think really rubbed off on the team. The pass to Hernan Gomez. They need this. Pass to Monk. 6 to shoot. Takes a 3. A new 14 for Charlotte.
Oh, tough play underneath there to give them another possession. Just what they were hoping for. A little more time off the clock.
And here's Harden. 15 points in the game. Irving from long range. Another shot. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The Nets have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
The first free throw is good. He hits both from the stripe.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much better than that, guys.
Graham with the ball. He has 6. That's tipped. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Durant. They get it again. And Aldridge slams it in.
Boy, it's big whenever Aldridge leaks out like this. Opportunistic and excellent at running to the right spot.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Looking to get back on track here. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. For Charlotte, they have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight.
Shooting 2.
And he can't get the first one. Joe Harris is checked in for the Nets. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Rozier's checked in. He hits the second from the line.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
Rozier against Harden. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Harden's got 17.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Rozier against Irving. Pass to Monk. Now Biombo. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Now, here is Hernan Gomez. He started closer, and it's denied. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Irving looking over the floor. Harden. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. And that's now 19 points for James Harden.
You know, throughout this quarter, guys, they've had no answer for him defensively. And he's been absolutely relentless.
Harris against Bridges. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Rozier. Here's Biombo. And it's sent back by Aldridge. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Aldridge. Monk kicks to Rozier. Clock at 6. From deep. Rebounded by the Nets. Claxton's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And James Borrego, in his second year as head coach, wants an offense that relies on quick decision making. They are looking to attack defenses early.
And, you know, that kind of offense, Greg, is one that's not easy to put into place. You've got to trust the players, and the players have to trust each other, and the players have to make good decisions. It's a steep learning curve, but I really think it's the ideal way to play once you get it all ironed out.
Passes it to Monk. And the layup's good off the glass. Monk's got 6 points in the quarter.
Monk's got deceptive strength. You got to respect that. I mean, the defense throwing themselves all over him and at him, but he's still concentrating and knocking down the shot.
Here's Aldridge. Again, the Nets for 2.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Well, when you knock down jumpers like that, it opens everything else up as well.
Here's Monk. The offensive rebound. It's blocked.
Putting up a goose egg bagel this period. At this point, you have to run the offense through somebody else. I mean, that's your only choice.
Here's Claxton, and he converts the layup.
How frustrating for the defense. You get the stop, but then fail to block out.
Well, you know, that's the way it's going to be for them today, fellas. Can't sustain any momentum.
Now, here's Rozier. He's got 13. He kicks it to Biombo. And there's the pass to Monk. Over Harris. The shot by Monk is no good.
He's been ice cold tonight. And, you know, you look at the scoreboard, guys, they really could have used his contributions.
A nice shot by Irving.
I mean, the airtight handle of Irving, just leaving defenders in his dust.
Pass to Bridges. Now Monk. Here's the floater. And it's sent back by Aldridge. Biombo. That's good.
You've got to have a good basketball IQ to be effective. I love the decision to kick it out.
Here's Claxton. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
The shot by Monk is no good. And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Nets. To the inside, Aldridge. And Aldridge slams it in.
Boy, at 6'11", Aldridge makes this look really easy. All he needs is the right positioning, and it's over.
Rozier the pass to Biombo. Dishes it to Monk. Over Harden. Rebound, Brooklyn.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Turnovers weren't a story for him early on, but that's changed. And now they're definitely having trouble keeping possession and momentum.
15 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Monk. 6 points for him. From deep three-point range, and that one released in time, but no good.
And, you know, it's awesome to see Harden giving his all on defense. That's been an area that he's needed to improve on, really making an effort to stay with his guy.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Brooklyn ahead, delivering the blowout. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. The Hornets shooting a putrid 25% from the field. Poor shot selection all around. Jordan is out there with Caruch. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then there's Spencer Dinwiddie. And it's Harris in at the small forward. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And it's out of bounds. The Hornets able to retain possession here. Here's Batum. Here's Zeller. And that's collected by Deandre Jordan.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Irving misses.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Here's Bacon, guarded by Harris. Offensive rebound. Second shot opportunity. And Zeller with the lay-in. Zeller's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Hornets.
Well, you certainly can't fault him as the reason they're behind. He's been on target and on top of his game.
Dinwiddie against Batum, and he gets it back.
A capable defensive player. That wingspan of Batum's really an asset in blocking shots.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
The Nets have gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. Irving double team. Harris outside. From deep. Zeller grabs the board. Zeller's got rebound number 15 here tonight. Batum passes to McDaniels. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Let's see what the Brooklyn Nets have coming up. On Friday, they'll face off against Paul George and the Los Angeles Clippers. Then on Sunday, they'll be facing Hassan Whiteside and the Sacramento Kings.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He misses the free throw.
And just so frustrating for a team when you collectively go cold at the line. And that's happened to them here in the second half.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Luwawu checked in. No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also. Hey, Clark, the NBA moved the presentation of the MVP award to after the conclusion of the finals. Do you like that?
Yes and no. I think you have 2 separate awards. You could have a playoff MVP or a finals MVP, which we have. And then you have a regular season MVP. The MVP is for the body of work done during the regular season. So I think there should be a clear separation between the two, quite honestly. So, no, I don't like it.
At least you're honest, Clark. 2 on the clock. Scooped up. Second chance shot. Here's Jordan, and it's Jordan with the jam.
Yeah, Jordan is aggressive as a rebounder. He uses his massive body, athleticism, and long arms to wreak havoc on the glass.
Batum passes to Zeller. Pass to Bacon. Here's Rozier. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Brooklyn's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And the shot goes in from Caruch. Caruch just got his first basket.
Set up on a platter that time by Harris. A room service dime right there.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Bacon the pass to Rozier. Kicks it to Batum. That one, no good. The Nets go the other way with it. Dinwiddie outside. Great D that time from Batum.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
And Zeller kicks to Rozier. And Jordan sends it back. Here's Luwawu. Inside, Caruch. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Caruch has got 4 this quarter.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
And it's good, 2 points.
Boy, that was a sweet-looking teardrop. There's very little defense for that.
Down low, here's Jordan. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
Now, here's Rozier. Guarded closely. McDaniels passes to Zeller. Fans are always trying to distract opposing players during free throws. Have you ever seen that work in an arena?
No, I think it's just a nice workout for the fans, Kevin, quite honestly. I mean, if a guy misses, it's not because the fans have gone crazy behind the basket. It's because he shot it left or right or short or long. It's not because of the fans being on top of him, at least in my opinion.
Right. Martin's checked in for Charlotte. Left side, Jordan. Back to Dinwiddie. They shoot again.
Dinwiddie's so good at figuring out ways to get the defense to foul him. You just can't be careless defensively when you're guarding Dinwiddie.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
The first one falls.
You know, the next step for Dinwiddie is to just become more consistent going forward, especially when it comes to scoring, because I think he does everything else pretty well.
Both shots good from the stripe. We've seen some ugly incidents last few years, Clark, between players and heckling fans. Can anything be done to fix it?
I think security in the arenas is important. Fans oftentimes that go across the line in interacting with players are usually fueled by alcohol. I don't know how you could control that element of it. The incidents are few and far between. We have seen a few more, but I still don't think it's an epidemic. But I think security, and then each team and each franchise should really be educational with its fans about what's acceptable behavior and what won't be tolerated.
Harris passes to Karuch. Stolen by McDaniels. And here's Martin. Pass to Batum. Here's Zeller. Nails the baby hook. And he's now got the double-double. 11 points and 16 rebounds. Harris with it. Dinwiddie outside. Lobs it up for Jordan. And slam dunk by Jordan.
Yeah, you got to respect the athletic reach of Jordan now. Throw it up, and he will bash in the alley-oop.
Charlotte shooting a paltry 33% in the fourth. Not a good showing for this offense. Outside, Martin. The pass to Bacon. Three-pointer. Kept alive.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball.
That's exactly right. No need to catch it when you've got the kind of soft hands that he does.
Dinwiddie passes to Harris. Are there any changes you'd like to see made in the process when players and teams are fined for any number of things? Incidents on the floor or off the floor?
Well, I think there's a place for fines, and the different amounts depending on how egregious the act is by a player or team makes some sense. I think having different categories. But I'm one that would rather hit hard and less often. So I think if you want to minimize the number of finable offenses, then make the penalty be greater for those things that are finable.
Now Batum. Five to shoot. Pass to Bacon. Zeller with it. Baseline J on the way. It's hauled in by Harris.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
That one goes. Count it.
Well, I love to see Joe Harris not settling, instead choosing to be opportunistic and mixing up his offensive attack.
Now here is Martin. Back to Batum. Puts it up. And the Hornets miss again.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch, they say, by Martin. So both teams making some changes here. Here's Temple. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Claxton the pass to Musa. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Ernie Gomez has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Outside Martin. And Charlotte turns it over again.
And that's just another mistake. I mean, they've got it on autopilot, and they look totally dejected.
And so it's Brooklyn with it. Here's Temple. He's off on that one. Great tee that time from Batum. Charlotte has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Clark, there are a lot of factors a free agent puts into selecting the new team that he goes to. Talk about the factors that aren't basketball for these free agents.
Well, I think you could see some of them if you gave it some thought, Kevin. You think about it, market size, nightlife for some guys is important. Business opportunities when you think about places like Silicon Valley or New York or Los Angeles. Season of life for the individual player in terms of his family and where he might want to reside after he's done playing. So there are a number of different things that contribute to free agents making moves from one team to the next.
Now, did you have a family, Clark, when you played your last couple years in the NBA?
We were without children, but it was Rosie and I. We've been married 4 years, and then our family started right after I retired.
Luwawu, the pass to Karuch. Herman Gomez grabs the miss. Ernie Gomez has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Here's Bacon. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Here's Batum. Hernan Gomez trying to break free. Lays it up off the glass.
Yeah, you can't forget about the long arms of Batum. I mean, I want to see him be more active on the offensive glass because he's capable.
Here's Luwawu. Passes to Karuch. 1:27 left in the 4th quarter.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
Boy, he has put in some major work. He's earning his pay, for sure.
Martin goes in and denied. He sends it right off the glass.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Nets.
Their shot blocking turned out to give them a big advantage in this game.
Yeah, excellent defense around the rim there, Kevin. That they were disciplined and focused.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for Deandre Jordan.
He did all the dirty work that they needed, clearing out space underneath and securing rebounds.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. There's 37 seconds left in the game. Luwawu, the pass to Karuch. The pass to Temple. Shot clock at 6. Floats one. A second chance effort. Claxton with the bucket.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it. They've done it.
A shot by Batum, no good. Here's Claxton. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. It was a tale of two teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. With Kyrie Irving, it's early in the season, so what's the most important thing to getting off on the right foot?
Great days of practice, honestly, and being prepared. Always communicating and trusting each other. That's going to be the biggest word for us this year is trust. Like I said, consistency and trust.
We will see. It's a long season if you can get that done, Kyrie. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.